Good afternoon and welcome to the Teacher Education Program information session for the Fall 2024 admissions cycle. My name is Rebecca Cole and I am Program Assistant for the Teacher Education Office. And today I'm going to talk to you about the Teacher Education Program, why you should take this program, what our qualification and admission standards are, and what the application process looks like. To begin, why take this program at all? First, Western Teacher Education Program prides itself in its focus on professional competencies, and we achieve this in a couple of different ways. First, we have our pass-fail module that we have implemented a few years back. Rather than focusing on the grade point average that you are receiving, instead of making it a competition, we want you to focus on the lessons and the skills and the resources that you're developing. We want you to shift your focus from a competitive element to a collaborative focus. Your classmates, your instructors, they are going to be your colleagues in the future. So we want you to start seeing them as such now. Next is our mentorship program. Every other week, you are going to be placed into a small group of about 12 students, and you will receive an opportunity to reflect on the lessons and the resources and the skills that you're learning in both your courses and your practicum placements. You're going to develop a portfolio over the 16 months of resources that you're going to be using well into your career. Next, we have our transition to professional practice, or T2P. This is a focus on professional development. Generally speaking, this happens on Fridays. We invite members of the education community to come talk to you, similar to professional development days that you'd experience inside an education employment role. We want to start this early, so we'll have representatives from the teacher federations, from the school boards, from the employment salary grading boards, talking to you about education issues and policies that are going to be valuable to you in your career and in your practicums. Next, we have a increased amount of hours that you are going to receive in field through your practicum and your AFE, or alternative field experience. The OCT only requires you to have a set number, but we far exceed this through 26 weeks. So your practicum, you will have 3 of them over the course of 16 months. And your AFE, or alternative field experience, you will have 1 block of this. Practicum is school assigned, so if you are accepted, you're going to request through us what school board you would like to work with. We have over 40 different school boards in Ontario that we work with, so chances are that we're going to find something very close to your home. Unfortunately, you cannot request specific schools or specific teachers because we have a set vetting process for our associate teachers that we assign you to. However, in your alternative field experience, or your AFE, this is an opportunity for you to sort of build your own practicum. This is an excellent opportunity for you to explore what else you can do with an education degree outside of the classroom. So whether that means adult education, corporate education, education administration, or community outreach like the Boys and Girls Club or YMCA. There's a variety of options and employment opportunities for you with an education degree, and we want you to be able to explore that while you're in the program. Next is our specialty areas and capstone projects. So we've had specialty areas in our program for a few years now. So we have advanced psychology, early childhood education, French, international education, math, STEM, and urban schools. So these are elective style courses that are focused on areas of need and areas of research within the field of education. So what's new to this component is the capstone project. In your 4th term, you will get the opportunity to complete a small 3-week research project on the area of your choosing, your specialty area. Finally, We're excited to start opening up opportunities internationally for you to complete your AFE. Prior to the pandemic, we had a variety of different opportunities around the world. So, United Kingdom, the United States, parts of Asia, parts of Europe, parts of Central America. We have a variety of different options. So, we're excited to start connecting with our international partners, and hopefully in your AFE, we'll be able to offer you those opportunities. Some of you may have heard that our program is switching from a 2-year program to a 16-month program. So this is a general breakdown of what it's going to look like. Exact dates aren't finalized yet, but this will give you a general sense. So in your first 2 terms, you're going to be in person. So your courses are going to be in person, as are your practicum blocks. However, in your 3rd and 4th term, this becomes more of a hybrid model. Your courses in terms 3 and 4 are going to be online, while your practicum and your AFE will be in person. Then finally, as mentioned before, there's that capstone project in your term 4 of about 3 weeks. These are the minimum admission requirements that's going to be consistent across all program streams, regardless of which area or grade you would like to teach. First, we need to see that your program is completed by August 31st with a degree granted no later than fall of 2024 if you are applying for this year. So that's your undergraduate degree. Next, at the time of application, we need to be able to see 10 full or equivalent university level credits through your undergrad. Unfortunately, we cannot consider community college or diploma level or CEGEP courses. Across the board, we are going to need to see a 70% best 10 average. Please note that's your best 10 and not your last 10. So if you are currently in your 4th year, this means that we can start looking at the best 10.0, so 10 full or 20 half, or a combination of the two, from your 1st year all the way till the end of your 3rd year, including summers. Essentially, the cutoff for grade calculation is the August right before you apply. So if you're still taking courses and you're still in your 4th year, unfortunately, those courses are not going to count towards your average calculation, but they will count towards program requirements if you're using them for teachable subjects or general background areas, depending on program stream. Additionally, if you are in a direct pathway, formerly known as guaranteed pathways, the average either in your best 10 or in your teachable subject averages might change a little bit, so they might be increased to 75. We also offer an equity application. So if you have felt disadvantaged at any point in your undergraduate career, or if something happened that you would like the opportunity to provide a little bit of extra context to our admissions team, this is an excellent opportunity for you to do so. So there are a variety of reasons that are including, but in no way limited to, illness, injury, race, religion, socioeconomic status, sexuality. There are a variety of reasons, and if you feel that the admissions team needs a little bit of extra context in terms of your undergraduate degree or your application, please feel free to use this equity admissions resource. Please keep in mind, we are not looking to invade anyone's privacy. So if there's sensitive information, please only share what you feel comfortable sharing. Next, GPA requirements vary based on program, subject, and depend on applicant pool. So what this means is that yes, the best 10 average is a minimum of 70, but that is in no way the cutoff. This is a very competitive program, so that can mean that the best 10 average can climb considerably. Last year, that best 10.0 average was around an 82. Finally, we are looking for a 4-year degree with 20 full or equivalent credits, and that is required this year. If you are interested in teaching kindergarten to grade 6, this allows you the most flexibility in terms of the type of undergraduate degree you can apply with. There's no particular degree we're looking for, but instead what we're looking for is breadth within your transcript. So we have 6 different general background areas that align themselves with the different courses you would be teaching at a homeroom level. So in order to demonstrate this breadth, we need to see at least 1/2 credit in 4 of these 6 areas. If you are interested in primary junior French, the same general background credit rule applies. So again, at least 1/2 credit in 4 of the 6 areas, but we also need to establish French fluency. So this is accomplished in a couple of different ways. First, we either need to see 5 full or equivalent credits in French, preferably 2 language credits. And if you're interested in French immersion, we would also like to see some French literature as well. We need to see 5 full with a minimum average of 70. If you do not have any French university level credits, but you are fluent, you can take a French proficiency test. The test is around $100 and we offer it through Western Continuing Studies. There's a written component and an oral component completed either over the phone or over Zoom. If you are interested in taking this French proficiency test, the next one is in January. So what would happen would be that you would take the test and you would have to register before December 1st, which is our application deadline. You would then submit an email to us through the email provided at the end of the presentation, confirming that you are registered. The admissions team would then evaluate and wait for your results. If you passed your French proficiency test, that would count as this French requirement. You would still need to meet all other requirements as well. If you are interested in junior intermediate, this is grades 4 to 10. The same general background credits apply because you are still teaching at a homeroom level, but we also need to see a teachable subject. So we offer at the junior intermediate level French, music vocal, music instrumental, and religious education. If you are interested in French or religious education, we're going to need to see 5 full or equivalent credits, and music we need to see 4 full or equivalent credits. Again, if you have French proficiency and you are fluent, you can also take the French proficiency test through the junior intermediate pathway as well. All you need to do is send us an email and we'll get you some information for registration. Next is our intermediate senior. So our intermediate senior pathway is for grades 7 to 12. For this pathway or program stream, we need to see 2 teachable subjects. So the first, we need to see 5 full or equivalent with a minimum average of 70. And the second, we need to see 3 full or equivalent with a minimum average of 70. Please note, there's a couple of exceptions here. If you have law, history, politics, economics, geography, you cannot combine any of these. Unfortunately, law, history, politics, economics, and geography are considered under the same curriculum document, so they count as one course. So you can select one of these, but you need to combine it with something else. The same is true of senior science. So senior science in chemistry, physics, biology, or environmental science cannot be combined with each other. Instead, you may select either chem, physics, bio, or environmental science with science general. If you are interested in French or religion, regardless of whether it's your first teachable subject or your second teachable subject, we need to see 5.0. 5.0 full or equivalent credits. Again, if you are fluent in French and want to take that French proficiency test, this is also offered at the intermediate senior level as well. Just send us an email and we'll send you some registration information. As a general guide towards what courses are going to count towards your teachable subjects, and this is across all program streams, what we're looking for is a majority of core courses versus related courses. So for example, if your teachable subject is math, the core courses are going to come from the math department, whereas related might come from, let's say, a psychology department, and you have a course that says statistics for psychology. that would still contain considerable math content, but it would fall outside that core um, topic. So as a general guide, we are going to need to see more core than related. If you have a course that you know for a fact has considerable content, but maybe from the title alone it is not apparent, this is where the SAM, Secure Applicant Messaging Tool, comes into play on your OUACT's application. Through this messaging tool, please send us a course description of the course, because the title alone might not be evident. So this is going to help the evaluation team determine the eligibility of that course. Additionally, for all of our program streams on our website, we have what's called a related subjects chart. This is going to help you with a variety of different topics that are going to be eligible towards each teachable subject. The same also applies for primary junior. So there's a variety of topics for each of them that can fall underneath the general background credits. Direct pathway admission. So this is formerly known as our guaranteed pathway. Many of you, if you are interested in applying this year, will have needed to have connected with your guaranteed coordinator by now, as the deadline has passed. But if you are in first, second, or third year and you're just attending just to listen, there are a variety of resources all on our website that can link you to the main website for each of these pathways. However, with Brescia, this is the only one that we're not sure of its continuation. As soon as we have more information regarding the French pathway and the family studies pathway, we will place it on the website. But at this point, this is the last for the guaranteed pathway for Brescia. All admission applicants, regardless of whether you are in a guaranteed pathway or direct pathway or a general applicant pathway, you all have to complete an OUACT's application and a Casper assessment. That is something that is new this year. So if you are applying through the direct pathway and you are not admitted through this pathway because you have met all other requirements, you can then be forwarded to the general applicant pool and then placed in with the competition for the general applicant pool. So the application process itself. First step, you're going to want to complete your OUACT's application. So this is where you're going to list all of your education history, all of your personal information, contact information, and you're going to submit your transcripts as well. In this OUACT's application, you're also going to submit all of your courses that are currently in progress. So whether or not they relate to your teachable subjects or your general background credits or not, we need to see that you have all of your courses that you're currently taking either this semester, next semester, or even over the summer present on your application. As many of you are still applying in your fourth year, your application or your education is currently in progress. So many of you, if you receive offers, it would be a conditional offer dependent on the completion of your courses and your program. So applications have been open since mid-September and they're going to close December 1st. The next component that you're going to need to complete is your Casper assessment. So you need to submit your OUACT's application first in order to receive your T's reference number, and this is required for your Casper assessment. Please note that after you submit your OUACT's application, you can go back and edit it at any time up until December 1st. You just need to submit that component so that you'll have that reference number for your Casper assessment. When you're registering for your Casper assessment, we also ask that you're submitting it with the exact same email that you used for your OUACT's application. It just helps us to kind of connect the dots between all of your application components. So the Casper assessment itself is an online situational judgment test. It takes about an hour and you're presented with a series of video or word questions asking you, what would you do in this situation? And more importantly, why are you choosing this action, or why would you handle this situation this way? It's looking for professional and personal characteristics that are indicative of a strong educator. So, examples of these characteristics include collaboration, resilience, empathy, professionalism, ethics, or problem solving. There's a variety of different ways that you can become a strong educator, and we want to hear about that. We want to use this Casper assessment in order to determine or learn about everything that your transcripts can't tell us, because we know that all of you come with a wide variety of experiences. And so this is an opportunity for you to tell us about those experiences. Our application does not have an experience profile anymore, nor does it have references or a resume. So this Casper assessment is an opportunity for you to discuss your experience. So in your answers, if you want to discuss, as a soccer coach, I would have done this. Through my years of tutoring, I would have handled this situation this way. This is an opportunity for you to kind of talk about your experiences, and more importantly, the skills and tools and lessons and resources that you've developed through these situations. So the next test is November 5th. It's a Sunday and it's at 1 p.m. There are a variety of practice questions on our website. I think there's about 6 or 7 on the website, and there's a variety of frequently asked question resources in order to help you get prepared for this test. We want you to take these practice questions and read all about the test prior to, because the more familiar you are with this process, the easier it's going to be, because then you are going to focus on the quality of your answers rather than stressing about the unknown portion of this test. Please be honest and focus on telling us all about you rather than worrying about test good answers, because we'd much rather learn about who you are as a person and what skills and strengths you're going to bring to the profession as an educator. Next, we have transcripts. If you are a Western student or were a Western student, through your OUACTs on the education history portion, as long as you've mentioned that you're a Western student, you don't need to submit or request these transcripts. That component on your OUACTs application is going to signal to the registrar's office that you are a Western student and is going to send those transcripts over to our admissions team. However, if you have any other transcripts outside of Western, you do need to request them on your OUACTs application. Any courses, or sorry, any transcripts outside of North America or international transcripts need to be sent through a WES course by course evaluation. Finally, applications are going to close December 1st, so all of your components need to be submitted by December 1st. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to edrecruit@uwo.ca. Myself or my colleague Song Do would be happy to answer your questions. Additionally, as I mentioned before, if you have any questions or would like to register for that French proficiency test, this is the email that you would email to, and we would get you some registration information. Thank you so much, and I wish you all a very pleasant evening and good luck with your applications. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions.